Hey, welcome to Toontyme, bringing you Newcastle United news and discussion. So first and foremost, have to get into this thing with Lee Mason. He's been dropped from VAR duty for one weekend. I don't feel like this punishment is reflective of the poor decision that he made. I feel like the referees have to be held to a high standard, and much like the players, when they get sent off, they're banned for 3 games. And I believe it should be something similar. 3 game weeks where he's not allowed to do any type of in-game duties. He should have to observe and take notes of some kind, as well as showing his reflections of what he's observed during a match. I believe something like that actually could work, as it would allow these referees to become a bit more humble. Because it seems some of them they try and impact the games a bit too much. Because I heard something about supposedly referees, when they have their post-match review, they don't really care as much about teams who are seen as less marketable, shall we say, than the bigger teams in the league, like the six who chose to try and defect and join the Super League, which thankfully failed quite miserably, like it should have. To be honest, I believe actually no, that's a story for another day. So I'm not gonna get into that. But yes, I heard that the bigger teams, when they are officiating those games, they want to get as many good reviews from those teams as possible, so they get to officiate the bigger matches. And that's disgusting and it's wrong. I understand that there is supposed to be some type of post-match review, so managers or the coaching staff or the players can reflect on how they perceived a referee to have officiated the game. But it should be anonymized. It should be anonymous. There should be. It goes to the powers that be, in the PGMOL, and they have that information. But it's just kept on within those within their vault. If you understand what I mean. So it shouldn't be a thing where the referees know what's going on, because it's wrong. It's wrong that some of them will go out of their way to curry favor with the bigger teams, and that will lead to biased decisions, and it will almost seem like corruption at times when you see the inconsistencies. Well, everyone understands bigger teams are gonna get those decisions now and again. It's inevitable because the pressure of that the referees face is it's not enviable, but still the game's supposed to be fair and impartial. We accept that there'll be a lot of things that happen, but when you see those big decisions going against teams, it's wrong and it has to end. So something like that I feel like that would be unfair if he's banned from any official duties or in-game duties. He's in the VAR room or in the referee's room, and he's not allowed to speak. He just has to observe and take notes, and he hands it in to the officials of the PGMOL or the Referees Association, whatever it's called. It has to hand it in, and then they review it, because some of these guys have not a lot of humility, to be honest, because they're making poor decisions and they're happy to continue, and it cannot continue because it's spoiling the game, and that's what's most important. Because I was watching Dermot Gallagher when he was breaking it down, and he said it shouldn't have even been. He wouldn't have given a goal if he had been there. He would have given a penalty, and when I thought about it, that's right, because it wouldn't have been a goal. You know, you have. It was like dominoes falling down. That's what led to their own goal. It's Tyreek Mitchell's action pushing Joe Willock in the back led to Joe Willock falling into Gaeta, and then the ball hit off them, bounced back to Tyreek Mitchell, and then it went in. So there was different actions that led to that goal. And the first action was the foul on Joe Willock with the push in the back, and I thought that would have been fair, but like he said, if you watch it on Sky Sports on the YouTube, look for Dermot Gallagher, and he was speaking to his panel, and he just made it quite clear what should have happened. But he felt like what probably happened in the VAR booth, that the referee had been given a very narrow definition of what have happened, and that wasn't fair, as the VAR probably told him just look at what happened for the goal instead of what led up to the goal. And you could even see on the monitor that the referee should have seen that a push had happened on Joe Willock, but somehow he totally missed it as he was just searching for the foul by Joe Willock on Gaeta. Yeah, that's something that really does need to change, because it's spoiling the game, to be honest. And VAR should work as a system. It's very simple. You know, it's video of an incident. A referee should know the people in the VAR booth should know what to look for. They have multiple angles. I mean, the commentary team on Saturday, I remember watching it, is they saw it straight away. So how didn't the people in the VAR booth see it? Which makes me just wonder, what are they doing? I've said this before, but they're paid professionals, and the standard of officiating is terrible for what they're supposed to be doing. This is their profession. This is their career. This is what they do. So they should be aiming for excellence, and it doesn't seem like they are. And it has to change. I've seen things like on the Reddit and the NUFC Reddit today, and they were talking about maybe it should be seen very much like a profession where you do a degree of some sort of or apprenticeship, and you go through the national leagues, the national league, and the lower leagues of the football league, and you gradually progress, and you take in games, and you do a multitude of things to have that experience and those different points of view. But yeah, I have to see what happens. And I just want to talk about, because everyone's been quite excited about Elliot Anderson and stuff. I just felt like he was a good young player, but the more I see of him, the more exciting he becomes. There's a lot of potential in him, you know, and I just want to see what they have plans to do with him. I know a lot of us are quite anxious to see some local players playing for the first team, but I thought Eddie Howe was going to do the right thing with him and just take his time, let him continue to train with the first team, get his minutes off the bench, and when the opportunity does arise, and it will, as we've already seen, there's been quite a few injuries, but the right opportunity to put him on the pitch and allow him to showcase his ability. He's already shown that he can impact the game positively, but I don't want to see undue pressure put on him, because he looks like he's got a quite level head on his shoulders, and he doesn't seem phased by all this attention that he's been getting. But I really do want to see him become a success story at Newcastle United, especially with everything that's happened. So in terms of the ambition that's at the club now, because I was watching the Champions League today and seeing just the Champions League show, I should say, and seeing Phil Foden at Manchester City That's what you want to see at Newcastle. The players like Elliot Anderson. There's more of that coming through the club. That's what I want to see for Newcastle United, to be honest. That as ambitious as the club is, that they utilise the academy, as I feel that has been so underutilised. It's abhorrent, to be honest. It's totally disgusting the way it hasn't been used to its full capacity and potential. And thankfully, from what I've seen, we've got the right people at the club now to fully grasp the potential of the academy and the amount of talent in the northeast, because the amount of young players that have to go throughout the football leagues and other academies to showcase their abilities or get the right training so they can make it as a top level player. It's just unbelievable, and thankfully he's been given the opportunity to just grow, and in a way that's not going to destroy everything. It's just slowly, and there will come a time when he's ready, and I don't feel he's ready for that start yet. I really do feel Eddie Howe's doing the right thing with him. Further down the line, he'll get his opportunities. I believe this season he'll get quite a few times to start, but I feel that Eddie Howe wants to give the team first and foremost that foundation and get everybody settled a bit, especially considering we suffered quite a few injuries quite early in the season. So I feel that he wants to bed him in, but he wants to have that buffer around him, the likes of Bruno, Sam Maximan, Wilson. We've got eyes at Joe Linton. Well, Shelby won't be back until January, but he wants as much quality around him to just allow him just to be comfortable in the environment he's in, and as much as he's trying to make an impact, that he doesn't have to try and feel like he has to put the team on his back. He's just trying to impact the game through his individual efforts and making certain that he works to the team instructions that is being given. Well, anyway, thank you once again for listening, wherever you are. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. Peace.